Good morning and welcome to Flannel Hill Farm. So we finally got rain. It rained last night. I don't know how much it rained. It sounded like it was coming down pretty good. But the ground doesn't really look any more wet than it did before. I don't know. The grass is still wet, but all right. Chickens. What do you guys think? You guys weathered the rain? You guys would like to be moved? They really, really like the new grass and stuff. So, let's move them. I did do a video yesterday and I didn't upload it because I was very frustrated about the whole thing. I will talk to you about it here in a minute. Get out of there. So, we moved them. We're gonna have to get them some water and some food. So, my problem yesterday, this fencing, these posts here are super flimsy. So you need basically T-posts to hold these posts straight up and down, which is a very small writing detail on their website. This was very frustrating to me, thinking about how many people tell you to get this netting for poultry and how they tell you it's so easy and all of this. Just very frustrated. Big K took care of figuring out what else we had to order, which is fine because I also been having kind of a logistical nightmare trying to figure out what to use as a feeder here. I can put the feed on the ground, but I feel like you lose a lot of feed that way. However, there's not much place to put a feeder. And I've gotten some really cool things I'll have to grab and show you, but there's not much place to put a feeder or a water or anything attached to this. So I don't know. I'm trying to think, Big K's trying to think about what the best way to do it is. Counting, make sure we still had everybody. We got one that has found it's possible to get out. It's a little cooler today. That's nice. I don't know if it's gonna stay that way, but so I'll show you what we got. I think I'm actually gonna use the one right away. The second one is really cool and I'd like to use it, and it might be one of the better options for like the brooder for the meat bird situation next time around. So, but I'll show you. We'll do that now since we're up here. As long as the red shed's not locked, because I didn't bring the keys. So, we're gonna check this out and see what we can do here. Come on. Darn it. Okay. I'll go in and get the other thing then too. And you guys can sit and look at the beautiful hill. There we go. There we go. How was the hill? So, this came packed a lot nicer than it is now, but that's beside the point. But I will show you what we have in a minute. Okay, so this is the new DIY improved DIY like 5-gallon bucket feeder from Roosty's. So it comes, it's 2 parts. You would use the hole saw that comes with it to cut your holes into your 5-gallon bucket, and then you screw this around the bucket. And the improved part is, so this goes inside your bucket, and then this is what the chickens stick their head in. So they stick their head in and feed, and less food loss, less them being able to get into their food. And then these go in here in case it's like outside and they're for the night and they're inside and predators, mice and stuff can't get in there then. And then you would just pull it out in the morning and then they can feed. So this is a fantastic idea. I love this idea. 5 gallons of food. They're not going to go through that in one day. That you can sit and leave that. Problem for me is if I use that in the chickshaw, I have to move the chickshaw, and then this is going to be in a 5-gallon bucket about 3 inches from the bottom. So that puts this about 3 inches from the bottom, which in turn means I'm going to have to raise that up a little bit. So in my head, the easiest thing to do is to put some cinder blocks down and put the 5-gallon bucket on it. Well, then I gotta move that 5-gallon bucket, the cinder blocks, the chickshaw, the fencing, so. In the meat bird brooder might be a better spot for that specific feeder. Hold on. Also got the new and improved just self completely on its own feeders. So, these are a lot bigger than what we have been used to. So this will that's chicken feeder, so this will go this way. Pretty slick. And then these will also pull down with the legs. It's the first time I've ever looked at this, so. And those pop back into place a little bit better than the little ones did. So there we go. So that's the feeder. That's a pretty big feeder. And then it comes with a little lid. But you could just then top it off instead of having to unscrew the top off the bottom. You could just fill it, cover it. That's pretty slick. And it comes with a hanger, so you could hang it in your brooder if you wanted to. So, there's the feeder, and then we have the waterer, which also has legs. The waterer last time I don't think did. But same concept for the waterer, just bigger. So this is nice. So now you'd have a feeder and a waterer. I like these. And I really like this. I just wish I had somewhere to put it. And actually, what might be my best option is to put this in the tractor. If I swap that feeder out for this one, the meat birds would then have 5 gallons of feed all the time. That might be the way to go. And then take that feeder and put it in with the lanes. Oh, the cluster that is this shed. It's getting better. It's getting better. I really like those. I think that might be the better idea too. I'll have to talk to Big K and see what kind of weight the rope / knot system we have in the tractor can handle. Oh, he locked this one too. Hi, Benny. Food. Food, food, food. So if you're new here, I've been keeping my food in a trash can. There's a new trash can when I bought it. But keeping it in a trash can so that it's not just in the bags. And now we got 3 bags of feed here and a bag of scratch, which I am not a fan of scratch. So, but I didn't know what scratch was before I bought it, and I was told to try and use this store around here to get my chicken feed. That was all they had. But scratch, as far as I can tell, if you're just gonna operate on my research, scratch is big pieces of corn and wheat and rice looking stuff. And it's basically just junk food. Like, there's not really much nutritional value to it at all. So, it's not my top option for my birds, specifically. I mean, that's what you want. That's what you want. So, here we go. We're gonna feed the girls. Hello. How are you all? How was that storm last night? Y'all fare fairly well here? No. Stay in there. You guys still got water. So they have been way more receptive to like scraps, like pulling some grass and throwing it in there, or when I pull the garden remnants. Apparently I'm an intruder. So they have been way more receptive to that. They also have been scratching more, digging down a little bit to get bugs and such. So that is what I was looking for, I think, the meat birds. If we get the Freedom Rangers, they will probably do that a little bit more. Like the red meat birds, whatever ones, depending on your hatchery. They name them something different, but the red ones. If you get the slower growing red ones, those ones scratch a little more too. Dig up bugs and stuff. So, that's what I got. Fencing was fairly frustrating. I videoed that and decided that was probably not my best video, so I didn't post it. However, today is going to be a long day of working. Then I have a meeting. It appears that I am going to be part of the board for this little community of ours. So we'll see how that works. Other than that, I'm gonna go in, probably eat something that resembles breakfast and get our day started. Chores come first. We'll have to fill water at some point, but I want to try to keep the water cool and gotta prime my muscles for carrying 5 gallons of water. Huh. Did we not just have dogs? We're looking at a couple more weeks, and then we'll go look at and pick out that German Shepherd puppy. So if you got any name ideas, drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, it was nice of you all to come up here, walk up that hill. If you wouldn't mind liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that little bell notification button thing down there. And I appreciate y'all.